Hey guys, it is another beautiful day out there, let me tell you. I tell you what, it's another beautiful day out there. So, turn this AC on. I had the windows open before, and I know I'm going to be sweating up a storm if I don't turn it on now. So we got legs today, baby. Big old leg day. My plan is to feel like when I leave that place today, they need a wheelchair to carry my ass out. And another wheelchair to get my quads out. That's the mission today, man. So we're feeling good, we're feeling strong. Kind of the same thing happened yesterday as I did today, where I didn't get a lot of sleep at night because I was busy doing a million different things. All good things, just busy, lost track of time. So, trained two clients this morning. Trained two clients this morning. Super easy morning. Not sure how much longer to be training clients, but work be getting in the way, you know. But I trained them, went home, took a little nap, had my third meal, and here we go, baby. We are ready to train. Ready to get after it and murder some legs. You know, you can't train legs when you're tired, especially legs. You shouldn't train anything when you're tired, but legs especially, man, they need that energy, because by the time you're done, if you've ever walked into a leg day and you felt fresh and alive and ready to kill the world, and then when you were done legs, you felt like death. It's a good way to put it, just death. You know, when you started on a full tank and you drove across the country and you got there somehow, when you're trying to drive across the country and you start off with half a tank, it's not great. You know, your odds to make it there aren't great. And, you know, in the gym, you can't stop and get gas. You can replenish your glycogen storage, have a cookie or something, but cookies don't replace hours of lost sleep. God, it's very reflection-y out today. Like, my whole phone screen looks like that chain link fence, and I'm like, you guys can see me, right? I'm trying to cover it, but no, we're good. We are good in the hood. Whew. Here's the plan today. I feel like my weight's up a little bit. It's weird. I feel like it's up, but I have my ab vein back up here that popped out again recently. In a good way, like it's showing again, you know? A popped out vein sounds pretty bad. Sounds like a pretty serious medical condition. But it's popping out again to say hello, which is fun and which is cool. So, I'm not sure where my weight's at, but I feel heavier, you know? In a good way. I feel like I'm just carrying around more as I thump about my day. So we're starting off with our normal hack squats for sure. Whew. Hacks, right into the leg press, RDLs. My big three starters, those really don't go anywhere. Then when it comes to the stuff afterwards, the accessory movements, them I can kind of play around with, you know? Like I'm feeling more of this, or I want to try this machine today, or this, that, and the next thing. But those big three, you know, the meat and potatoes of my workout, man, those stay the same. They stay the same no matter what. So, I'm saying so a lot today. So. Man, my dog, he keeps, I have a pretty long piece of property. And, you know, you've seen my dog, I have an Australian Shepherd. So he likes to run. So now that it's nice out again, you know, I would always go out there after the gym and run back and forth with him for a little bit. And needless to say, he can outrun me, you know, 1,000 to 1. But now that it's nice out, and every time I let him out to go pee, he's not like trying to rush back inside 'cause it's cold or it's rainy or anything. Just a nice day. I'll open the door, I'll let him outside. He'll walk down all the stairs, right? He'll go to like the middle of the yard and then just turn around and stare at me like, hey, you coming? What's the hold up, Dad? You know, this thing is on, right? Yeah, cool. We're in business, baby. That would suck. That would suck. But whew. Looks like it's gonna pour. You know, I'm accepting my not accepting. I'm embracing and happy about the temperature outside. And if it rains, man, it rains. That's alright. Nothing we can do about it, you know? You know, I've always practiced a very stoic lifestyle. I've had to for what I've gone through. And the biggest thing to achieving really true happiness in your life, man, is don't let anything whatsoever affect you on an emotional level. Both good and bad. You know, if you won the lottery, somebody handed you a winning lottery ticket, $10 million, right? You should have it in you to not immediately jump up and down like a screaming girl. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it, I won, blah, 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 blah. You know, you should be able to control and say, oh my gosh, thank you, you know? Not that you, and that's not negating the fact that you're insanely happy, you're appreciative, and that this is just a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and you couldn't be happier than any time in the world right now. But being able to control that emotion, and when your body allows its emotions to show, when it allows it to slip out, that's the first step in making sure you control your decision-making. You know, true stoicism has got me through everything in my life. And it's how I live and how I practice everything, you know? It's the same thing with dieting and bodybuilding, you know? Are you going to give into your cravings, or are you in charge of your cravings? Am I going to eat, or rather, am I going to skip a meal because I'm not hungry? Or am I going to eat it because it's the right thing to do? Am I going to not get under that set of squats because I'm afraid of the weight? Or, hey, you know what? I know I'm able to do it. I know it's going to hurt, but I know it's what I have to do today. I'm going to get under that squat. I'm going to get under that rep, that weight, whatever it happens to be, man. Being in true control of your emotions. And it's not something you can just say, this is what I'm going to do today, this is who I'm going to be. Because the human body has emotions to, you know, really keep itself alive, express itself, things like that. And from an evolutionary standpoint, emotional reactions to things, man, once again, back from like an evolutionary standpoint, long ago, that kept us alive. You know, when we felt fear, we ran. When we felt joy, we were probably near our pack, who we were with, you know, our society. When we felt anxiety, we were probably alone somewhere. And we know that it's not safe to be alone somewhere. Nowadays, those emotions are so fleeted that, you know, feeling good isn't a safety thing anymore. It's like a dopamine high. Being scared isn't actually life-threatening anymore. What the fuck is going on up here? You know, you take anxiety, right? People say, I do this, I get anxious. I do this, I get anxious. It's like, man, anxiety used to mean you were alone in the woods, and if it stayed that way, something was going to eat you. Okay, no traffic, no accident. Well, it was a little accident, but no traffic already. We're past it. But man, when you understand that, I've always found that the best way to explain things to people, the best way to teach people anything, since I was coaching for so many years, is I never used to tell people what to do and that was the end of it. I used to teach it like a college education course on your own body. That's how I always describe my training to people. I'm like, look, let me teach you how to make you work. Because you live in this body, but you have no idea why it does the things it does. Why don't I teach you why you do what you do? Plain and simple, right? Now, when you practice stoicism, reading philosophy, understanding the world, you know, that's a way to really decipher why your mind does what it does. And once you know what the body does and why the body does it, and you understand why your mind does what it does, all it takes from there is a little bit of willpower. A little willpower, pair of balls, and man, you're on the right path to being a stoic individual. Once that happens, once you can be truly stoic about anything, and you're a hardworking person, the world is yours, man. The world is yours. You know, you'll see professional poker players, right? Get the best hand of their lives. Nothing. There won't be a glimmer of that little cheek happiness. Nothing. Because they've got that down pat. They have to. You know, they're not focusing on still face the entire time. They're not thinking about still face. They've mastered the art of stoicism completely. Or they've taken far too much Botox. But most likely, since it's usually a bunch of guys, they've probably mastered the art of stoicism. And being able to control those emotions, understanding what they want to show, what not to show. You know, when you want to be happy, when you're around a puppy or a baby, and you want to smile, you're more than happy to smile. But smile because you want to smile, not because you can't control it, you know? It's allowed to let yourself be happy and to let yourself feel, but you just can't allow it to interfere with 1 ounce of your thought process, with 1 ounce of your decision making, with 1 ounce of your, how do I say it? Unconscious thought. I guess it's a good way, yeah. The way you're perceiving the world due to an emotion. Because that's just an internal emotional reaction. You know, nobody makes it in this world successfully acting on their emotions like that, blindly acting on their emotions. You know, you take a man who can't control their emotions, that's a dangerous man. Not dangerous in a good way, that's dangerous in a bad way. Because when he gets mad, he'll hit his wife. You know, when a stoic man gets mad, he'll walk into the other room. Or he'll stay there and continue the conversation. But when you can't control your emotions, man, it's a recipe for disaster. You know, you combine that with alcohol. Alcoholics, almost damn near always, besides Rick Sanchez, are the most emotional people on this planet. So much so that they can't afford to not feel anything, so they have to drink all day to feel something. You combine that with inconvenience them minorly, they get aggressive. Tell them something sad, they cry. You know, they have zero masculinity and stoicism embodied in them. And it's not that they can't do it, it's capable for everybody, but it takes practice, you know. For me, you know, I've been through a lot, and I was forced to develop this mentality before I even knew it existed. Eventually I learned what stoicism was. I go, oh, that's what I do. Oh, that makes sense. That's why I'm so happy. You know? That's why I'm okay. That's why I didn't put a pew-pew in my mouth yet. Right? Like, that all makes sense. So, practicing that, man, that'll be one of the best things you master on this planet. You know, you ever seen the movie Limitless? With the guy from The Hangover? I don't know actors. I'm horrendous at it. But the movie Limitless with the guy from The Hangover, where they made this pill where it allows you to unlock 100% of your brain, and you can do everything and think of everything and see everything forward and so on and so forth. You know, the first step of that, not the first step of that movie, but the first step of doing that in real life. Ugh. Thank you. Ooh. The first step of doing that in real life, man, and really seeing forward into your decisions and what is going to equal what if you do this and blah, 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 blah. And if I do this, then this happens, that, and that, and that, is having a 100% true understanding and control of what your mind is, how it works, and what you respond to in which ways. In the moment you only respond in the ways that you want to respond, is the moment you made it, baby. You know, my girl sent me something funny. It was, dating a mature guy is hard because if they do something stupid, they'll apologize right off the bat. And then it's like, what am I supposed to do with all this anger? You know, ladies, you got to get stoic. Go put that anger somewhere else instead of throwing it at people, instead of doing something rash with it. You know? There's no reason to throw your anger at others. There's no reason to let it piss you off and ruin your day. You know, if I do something stupid a week ago, and 4 days later you're still mad at me, I'm just talking in general, but 4 days later you're still mad at me for it, you know, I forgot about it. Not that I forgot about it, but I stopped caring about it the moment after we finished that conversation. You know? Hell, I was probably checked out before that. But you let it drag on and ruin your week. You know, man, I feel sorry for you. I feel pity. I feel like I'm going to blast this pre-workout. Cheers. Boom. Yeah, that tastes way better with less caffeine. With not as much of the other stuff. But, yeah, still not great. You know, I'm far too busy as a human. Far too busy as somebody who just wants to be happy and enjoy my days to embody negativity and let it live in my head rent-free. Man, that's not worth it. Fuck that. Fuck that, right? Why would I want that in my head? Why would I want to live with that? In any aspect. Negativity, sorrow, depression, any of it. Take the bad emotions, throw them in the garbage. Critical Alt Delete. Command Q them, right? They're gone. But we're about the gym. Bleh. We're going to be at the gym in a moment. Didn't talk about much about working out on the way over here, that's for sure. I went on a rant. You guys got me going, and I went on a rant. This is what happens. That's why you got to watch what you say. So, without further ado, I will see you guys inside. We'll be there in, I don't know, 2.34 minutes. That's probably about accurate. And I'll see you there. So when it comes to the RDLs, there's actually two ways to do it. People don't realize that. There's one way that hits your booty more, and there's one way that really isolates the hamstrings a lot more. So we got 225 on here. Nothing heavy, but you know, enough to feel it. So I want to make sure I get the exact angle for you guys, and I'm going to show you both ways. Both the booty way, for all you probably one bikini girl watching this video, and the hamstring way, for all my men that want fucking horse legs. There's the belt on. Cool. Good enough. So when you have the, when you're going for the hamstrings, you have the legs a lot straighter. Now when you have them bent more, you're going to stretch more of that glute tissue. You'll see what I mean. You better. Alrighty. Okay. So the legs not locked up, but just straighter, like that. All in the hamstrings. If I bend my legs a little bit and focus on just sticking my ass out, it gets it a lot more in that glute tissue. I got questions all the time about. That was just the prop sets. 4 reps is fine. Don't worry. We're going up 315, but I get questions all the time about which way to do RDLs for one or the other. People think it's a hamstring, people think it's a butt movement. At the end of the day, it's both. You know, just like chest, you'll always hit triceps, and shoulders, you'll always hit triceps. The RDLs are always going to be a glute and a hamstring movement. Only difference is where that butt is positioned is which one's going to get, let's say, 60% of the load versus 40%, and vice versa. Whoa. Whew. Hey there, guys. So, leg days finished, unfortunately. It was really more of a hamstring and calf day because there was something going on with like my teardrop, not my knee. My teardrop right here was just super tight. As soon as I got on the hack squat, I felt it. I'm like, ooh, because I usually go up to 6 plates for 11 reps on that hack squat. When I had no weight on there, I felt a little something, just tightness. No pain, just like really tight, where if I went too heavy, it would be a problem because that's how tears happen. So, whew, things on, right? Yeah. I gotta remember how to turn these mics on or not. Whew. But anyway, I kept pushing through it a little bit, put 1 plate on there, felt it still, put 2 plates on there, felt it still. I put 4 plates on there, which is my last like proprioception set. I had 4 plates on there, did like 3 or 4 reps. I'm like, you know what? I still felt it every time. For me to go to a total balls out failure set, I was just asking for a quad tear. So from there, went on to the leg press, tried that, didn't go so well, kind of the same issue. I was trying to see if there was a way I could work around it and just kind of hit my sweeps, but their teardrop is always the first line of defense in terms of, or rather the first mover when you're training your quads, because it's the closest one to the knee, obviously. So I went and just obliterated my hamstrings. So in my little book, at the end of like the bottom right corner of the page, I always wrote "killed it" with a question mark and a line next to it. So I know during my workout that I have to fucking kill it, otherwise I can't fill that little box in, and I can't write a check mark in there or a yes or a fuck yeah, you know? Whew. So as far as my hamstrings go, I killed it. As far as my quads go, unfortunately they needed the day. They needed the day to rest, man. Calves, I hit them really something fierce too, but I've had something weird with my foot, just my actual sole of my foot. I'm not sure what happened there. I have a really uneven surface in my backyard. I think I just stepped the wrong way one day. But it's not excuses. It's just facts and truth about what's going on, you know? Holding ourselves accountable. We're gonna stretch after this for sure because clearly we tight as can be. So let's see the quote unquote pump, the baby pump the legs have. You know, they hardly got anything in there. I was in here for maybe 45 minutes, just pretty much blasting hamstrings. Whew. And we'll leave the shirt on too, I guess. It doesn't even matter today. Alrighty, leggies, don't make me look too bad, all right? Okay. Yeah, they got a little something going on, but okay, let's tuck the shirt in here. Getting the lighting, am I in the light? Yeah, they don't look, here's the thing, they don't look bad. You know, I got a nice little pump in there to where the blood is filling up the quads a bit, but it's not so full where it's flushing out the lines. You know what I mean? The hammies, on the other hand, yeah, the hammies are nice and pumped. Calves are nice and pumped. Glutes nice and pumped. Whew. Fuck it, for funsies, we'll take the shirt off. See how we're doing there. And then, on that note, man, after this, we gotta stretch because we are just stupid tight. Okay. Oh, that was a struggle today. Yeah, about what I expected. Muscle's still pretty full because we didn't quite move all of the blood in my body down to my legs. You know, we only got let's say 40% of it. Yeah, so gotta be honest, could have been a lot better. Unfortunately, well, it really couldn't have been. It was as good as it could have been today while trying to make sure we lived to train another day. So, yeah, here's that ab vein that came back. While the scale still went up, actually, which is nice. But man, on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna stretch, get out of here, get a haircut because I'm looking like a filthy mutt and I have a wedding tomorrow. So I gotta sharpen up a little bit. And I'll see you guys, well, tomorrow for a sick arm day. Because my knees might be a little messed up right now. My, whatchamacallit, my teardrop. But my elbows, I guess the good lighting's here today. My elbows are all right. I'll see you tomorrow.